This is how we change our transmission oil in the back. There's a little plug behind the belt drive case, and there's usually only one. There's not a it's a plug right here. What it has is a bolt, and it has a collapsible pressure washer that's used to keep the oil in, and you don't want to forget that. So what you want to do, like once a year, you want to take this nut off, bolt off, let your oil drain out, and you can tip the bike a little bit if you want to drain any oil in there. I've already done it. There's not much in there, just like a ½ ounce. Then what I did, this is a really good thing, so I went and got this little, it's like a oil syringe, okay? And you take the oil syringe, it's hard for me, I'm down on one knee, plus I'm trying to aim the camera, plus I'm trying to talk at the same time, so what? Hang on, damn it. Alright, anyway, you take this deal with the oil in it, okay? And we'll just put it in the hole right there. Now, you want to know how much you have to put in here? You put it in it till it starts coming out, dripping out, and that's full. But what you want to do while you're doing this, go a little bit at a time, all right, and spin your wheel. Because you want the oil, this oil right here, to, I can't see with the sun glaring, you want the oil to get on the gears and get in as much as you can. Okay, you pull that back out and go like this, and you can see that the oil has not started to come out, therefore it's not full yet. What I use is good quality titanium motor oil. Remember, on your motor oil for your bikes and also for your engines, is that the motor oil has viscosity, which means it's thick. It's supposed to be like that for a reason, for temperatures. 1040 has a temperature high and low reason. But after so many months, years, or whatever, the oil will basically turn to a viscosity of water. It doesn't do you any good. So there's no great big secret about filling this up with oil. It's really easy to do. You do it once a year. Okay, it only holds, you saw how much was in this? There's probably, it'll hold a little tiny bit more, and then it will drip out. And once you get a good flow of it dripping out, then you just wait until it stops, and then that's the proper level. Then what you do is you put this is your nut, or bolt, I'm sorry, this is your thrust washer. You don't want to lose that. It's real easy to either lose it up here, or lose it down here, or lose it in your dirty oil. You want to put that on there right there, okay? And a good thing to do would be to put a little bit of grease on it. Because one thing is, it'll seal better. Secondly, when you go to take this off 2, 3, 4, 500 years from now, it's easier to get off. It's just it's a good thing to do. So I'm going to fill this up with our little oil filler. You can get these for, I don't know, $3, $4 at a auto parts store. They're really good for, you can put a tube on them, fill in oil, whatever you want. And the next thing we're going to do, after I get this full and let it drip out to the regular level, is we're going to go on the other side of the bike over here, and we're going to do an oil change. And this is a little bit, the oil change over here is a little bit different, but it's not hard to do. These are 4-stroke engines. They have an oil reservoir in their crankcase, which keeps the pistons and the crankshafts and everything in good shape. These little engines are putting on so much pressure with a tiny little motor that you have to keep them in good shape, and it isn't that hard. You can take it to Honda. They'll charge you 85 bucks and get some kid that got off the street to halfway do it and charge it another 85 bucks, or you can do it yourself. So what we're going to do with this one is, I believe that bolt right down there, you can see underneath the oil spout, that is a, I believe, I'll have to check, it's that, when you take that off, it's a drain plug. And you just let it drain out. But before I do that, I'm going to go check the manual that comes with the bike that's in here and see what they say about it. Also, on some of these bikes, they have an oil filter. Little tiny filter somewhere. Where? I don't know on this one. It's important that you change it. Thing is, you can't just go buy one. You got to order it from either a Honda shop or a Bike Bandit, which has gone dark. I don't know what happened to them. I've dealt with them for 30 years and they've gone offline. But what you can do is this. You go to Bike Bandit, well, let's go to Honda. You go to the parts department. You tell them you got a 2001 CH80. You tell them that you need oil, a spark plug, whatever else. They will look it up. They have the access to look up every one of the parts on this bike with a price and if it is available. Now, like these bikes, this is 21, 22 years old. After 20 years, same with cars right here, same with other things, they stop making parts for it. My little Honda Gyro, you can't even get the decals for it anymore. You have to go to eBay to find spare parts. That's a good a place to do it too. But if you can download a manual on these little bikes, you save yourself a lot of hassle dealing with the shops. And you got to remember one thing, okay, in America, I'd like to say this, that a lot of the bike shops in America do not deal with mopeds as far as keeping them in shape. A lot of people will run their moped, scooter, whatever, little thing like this. It doesn't stop, it stops and they just either leave it or put it in the garage. So the people down at the Honda shop are not really specialized in doing this like I am. But I'm only doing this for a favor, for a friend. I don't do it for business or anything. But that's the two ways to get the proper parts. And I'll be giving commentary along with some good advice as we go along. I have to get this bike back today to the owner. I wish they'd sell it to me. All right.